as far as the sports books are concerned and the public sentiment are concerned, Matthew Stafford went into last night at minus 300. Right there, you see Drake Maye right now is minus 400. So that is based off of one game. Now, a lot happened in that one game.
Wow.
Matthew Stafford threw a couple interceptions, so now he's the same interception total as Drake Maye and things like that. So the stats are more in line. But last night, as far as one game being deciding for the MVP, as far as the odds go, last night was a huge night. Week 17 was a huge Week 17. We saw what Drake Maye did. He had one of the most historical performances of all time for a single game against the Jets in Week 17. And then Stafford comes out on primetime and puts out what he did last night, not his best game. So as far as the public was concerned and the sports books were concerned, last night was a huge swing as far as the MVP odds are concerned. But as a voter myself, you have to look at the entire season, but last night was a big part of the entire season.
Yeah, it certainly is, especially with heading into the playoff run here in the most important part of football. We put together a tale of the tape here for Tone. Now, Tone didn't necessarily get to pick all of the things in there, but we wanted to put in a tale of the tape between 38-year-old, I believe, Matthew Stafford, or 37, I forget his age, maybe 39, somewhere around there. We got drafted in the same class. Shout out to him. He was pick 1. I was pick 222. D-Butt was pick
41.
Okay, so we're in there. Okay, so we understand and appreciate, he's 37 years old. We understand and appreciate the hell out of Matthew Stafford and what he's doing at 37. And then we got a 23-year-old. A 23-year-old on the other side in Drake Maye in his second season as a whole. So obviously when you talk about total touchdowns, 42 to 34, you got Matthew Stafford spinning it. Remember, Devontae Adams was just scoring touchdowns literally every single time they got in the red zone, and that was obviously coming from Matthew Stafford. Pass yards, Stafford's got him. 4,448 to 4,203. Rush yards, though, Matthew Stafford's taking some sacks. He's going backwards, okay? Mm-hmm. And whenever you're prop betting Matthew Stafford rush yards, boy, those kneel downs at the end of games and sacks and everything like that certainly take a big-time hit. Drake Maye, though, 409 yards rushing. This guy can get moving, obviously can get busy. Led UNC in rushing and passing whenever he was there. Total yards, obviously 4,612 now if you do the math, versus 44-46. He actually goes down from his pass yards. Matthew Stafford with the ball in his hands running is actually detrimental to his MVP resume, is what this says. 46-12, then 71% completion for Drake Maye, which is absurd, by the way. Just so insane. 65 for Stafford. 8 interceptions combined. 3 fumbles for both of them. And then stats versus common opponents. Obviously, this is a big deal because you want to judge them directly against each other. 1,585 yards to 1,545 yards. 14 touchdowns for Stafford. Okay, so he had one more touchdown than Drake, who had 13. But then Drake only had 3 interceptions. Matthew Stafford had 6 interceptions. So we gave the stats win to Drake Maye. 6-0 versus those common opponents. Drake Maye, Matthew Stafford 4-2. Division title, obviously the Patriots got it. 13-3 record, they got it. 76.5 QBR, he's got it. Now, strength of schedule.
Whoa.
Worst in the league, Drake Maye's playing nobody. Matthew Stafford, 6. Now, if you go back up to common opponent, though, Matthew Stafford with the 6th strongest schedule goes 4-2. The 32nd strength of schedule goes 6-0. So there's 2 losses in there that the 32nd strength of schedule didn't get, where the 6th strength of schedule did get. So, I mean, that kind of goes against each other. And are you a tough son of a bitch? Matthew Stafford certainly is. Drake Maye certainly is.
Yep.
That's the tale of tape we kind of put together. Now, I would like to go to somebody who is obviously going to propaganda for one side of this particular tale of the tape, and a man who is potentially pushing for the tale of the tape to showcase the tone on who should win the MVP. Boston Connor.
Me?
Yeah, second-year quarterback, 23-year-old Drake Maye, obviously favorite to win the MVP. Absurd situation for the New England Patriots to be in.
Yeah, crazy. Second year, I mean, we went through the list before with both AI and just ourselves. AI was wrong. We are still smarter as humans.
Yep.
Lamar, Marino, Mahomes, Kurt Warner, minus the Barnstormers. It does feel as though no matter what, like Drake Maye is on a historic pace. It's incredible just to be a fan of him. Now, when you think about that V in the middle of MVP value, and again, I'm making a case for Drake Maye, obviously. With Devontae and Puka and Kyron Williams, it feels as though a lot of quarterbacks could have success in that offense. Now, to the same token, a lot of quarterbacks could have success against this strength of schedule, but not to the greatest, highest QBR in the history of any single game, not to the 71% completion percentage. Like, things of that nature seem to just be exponentially greater when it comes to the value that Drake Maye brings. I personally, as a fan of football, do think Matthew Stafford, with his entire resume, the fact that he's never gone an MVP or a first-team All-Pro, like at some point this guy should have deserved it throughout his career. Now, maybe it is this year. For him to lose to a 23-year-old, I think would be nuts just because of how much is left in Drake May's career. But when you're looking at statistically, yes, it is Drake May, but I do think there's other things that go into it, and they have played an incredibly hard schedule.
Vrabel, first couple of years head coaching here, first year with the Patriots. Josh McDaniels, we all just think he's going to be there forever.
Yep.
And then Drake May's 23 years old. So Vrabel's got the defense probably forever. Mm-hmm. McDaniels and Drake probably got the offense probably forever.
Yeah.
So we're all in it. Now, will a 23-year-old win the NFL's MVP in a league that has Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, amongst Matthew Stafford,
sure,
Aaron Rodgers still playing, Phillip Rivers playing? Is a 23-year-old about to win it? Joining us now is a guy that says he shouldn't, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
The face of quarterback and football for ESPN as a whole, friend of the program, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky.
Dano,
tell us why the 23-year-old should not win over your former teammate and obviously good friend, 37-year-old Matthew Stafford. I would like to let you know, as a draft class member of 2009, I'm pulling for Stafford. I love the dude. I think he's had a fantastic year, but it's outrageous what Drake May has done this year on a football field with this New England Patriots team. What is your kind of takeaway? Because I see you on X kind of flapping your thumbs, letting people know that we need to potentially put a little bit more respect on Stafford in this MVP race.
Yeah, it's very close. And I said that kind of going into last week. It felt close. And then coming off of Drake this weekend, it felt close. And then Matthew kind of laying an egg last night certainly made the conversation even closer. I love the MVP conversation. I love arguing about it. It doesn't mean that you're knocking another person like last year when I got called a lot of different names because I thought Josh over Lamar, even though I praise Lamar.
What were they calling you? What were they calling you?
What
were they calling you? Just so I know.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's when people get in a line across from each other and try to see who can get from one distance to the other fastest. It's something along that line.
Dan O, and the O stands for only whites.
Oh, is that what they were saying?
That's what I think they were saying.
Wow, I didn't know they were saying that. That's crazy.
So.
Holy shit. Thank God that wasn't us.
Yikes, Dan.
That'd be crazy.
Is it true?
Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
I want to make sure
that's a good question. That's good journalism.
They will, though.
You can kind of clear the air if you'd like. Is that true, what they were saying about you?
I don't believe it's true. No, I think my actions and my words speak to that.
That's cool. That's good to hear.
Hell yeah,
that's good to hear, Dano.
Dan likes black quarterback.
That's what we heard. That's what I just said.
Won't vote for him.
Hockey, but
Hell yeah.
That was hilarious.
All right, so I think I would say, one, if I was voting today, I would vote for Stafford.
Oh, fuck you.
Two, I think Drake May's season this year, I really believe is up there with as good a second-year performance a quarterback has had in the NFL. I think it's a lot on par with what Joe did a couple years ago when he took Cincy to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl. This is what I would say. For everybody that continues to point stats to me, okay? And I understand stats, context, all that. You guys all want to talk about stats. You can't, in one hand, talk about the stats and then the other conversation say, well, who he did it against doesn't matter. Yes, it does. How you acquire the stats and who you acquire those stats against has to be a part of the conversation. And it doesn't mean we have to knock people for it, but it has to provide context in how those stats were acquired. If I went right now and played high school football, I would be ridiculous.
You don't know that.
We don't know. These kids are good. NFL, these high schoolers are good now, Dan.
Got to play.
Yeah, but I would be awful. So who you do it against has to matter.
Though,
uncommon opponents, right?
Different leagues.
No, I understand it's different leagues, but if you took a quarterback and you played him against Seattle's defense on a consistent basis, and then you took a quarterback and played him against the Jets' defense on a consistent basis,
figured it out.
One quarterback is going to have better stats because of that defense that he's playing against. Or if you took the same quarterback, had to play against Seattle, had to play against the Jets 10 times in a row, you're going to perform better
did
against the
common
Jets than you
opponents.
did
We
against
did-
Seattle.
Yeah, common
I
opponent.
understand common opponents, but there's 11 other games.
What if
I
you put
understand
Drake May with
common
Puka
opponents.
Nacua and Devontae Adams? Like we can
When
play
did
this
they?
game.
When did they play? When were those common opponents? Was everybody on the opponent healthy? Did everybody?
Oh, so now we're doing that every
That's what
game?
I'm saying. You're
No,
always
you guys are
splitting hairs.
doing it.
No,
when
you're
talk
doing
about
it.
common opponents.
You're
No,
doing it.
you're doing it when you're
Hey,
talking.
you're
This
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Okay, here's another question.
Okay, let's
And
move
this
the
is-
goalposts
this-
again.
These are facts. These are facts.
they?
This isn't Dan being having an agenda. These are facts.
Oh, Dan A. Yeah. Oh,
talking
okay.
about-
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
If we're talking about those two specific players, who over the body of the season
Drake May.
has played against an accumulative amount top 3 pass defenses?
Okay, so
Top
top
three.
How many defenses would crack into the
And
top
accumulation. So if you took all the pass defenses that you play against over the course of these first 17 games, it would equate to a top 3. That would be Stafford. If you took all the pass defenses, who would have played against the 32nd? Drake.
So it's
Oh
Drake.
man, I
Schedule.
felt like it was Drake May there too. I knew it was coming. He didn't even let me.
So that has to be a part of the conversation. Like it has to be. This isn't a knock on Drake. I just said what he's done is outstanding.
Feels like it.
But I think in the big picture, I'd also say this. The Rams' strength of schedule is like, I think, a .563, which is the highest in, I think, 20 years for a team to go to the playoffs.
To make the playoffs.
Of course.
All right. Well, good luck to your Matthew Stafford, and we hope you get the win. It's a good campaign. You're running a pretty good campaign. I will say you're running a pretty good campaign. Having somebody cook some stuff in a microwave, I believe it was your boy behind you while you're doing it. It's like, hey, Dad's cooking right now. I like that. I like a little symbolism. It's
a good move with the boy.
In the
Team
back.
cook.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Someone went into the microwave?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Egos,
Maybe
I
get
think.
some buckets of water too while you're back there.
Did you tweet Dan Gump?
Are you saying he's carrying water?
He's holding Stafford's water here.
Jeez, I don't like that. I don't like that they're saying that about you. They're saying it, though, for sure. I don't love it.
What does Stafford winning MVP do for my life?
Well, you're
Something.
teammates with him. You're obviously you were.
If he doesn't win MVP, am I going to be friends with him after the day that the vote comes out?
Yeah, but there won't be an MVP party that you get to go to.
MVP parties are
I'm not
so
going
cool.
to an MVP party. You
What?
hate the tension.
Get in
don't
that
know that.
immortal bed with them.
Yeah.
That immortal bed.
Dan's got a tweet loaded up too that he's ready to retweet from
Oh, my
either
God.
this summer or at some point when he came on here and said, "I'm not worried about Stafford coming in this year. I'm not worried about his back."
Yeah.
Was that right?
Boom. Dart emoji.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. The Dan
Was that
wagon.
right?
That's what he's going to say. The Dan wagon strikes again. You tell me, quote, 37 years old, best arm talent in the history of the NFL. I was lucky to
gosh,
call him
dude.
a teammate. Still lucky to call him a friend. God bless Matthew Stafford. The
I
NFL.
probably texted him twice in the last 8 months.
Whoa! You're so cool, dude.
Whoa.
Holy hell.
not
Truth
cool.
revealed.
Wow, I didn't know. How many times did you text Drake May?
I don't have Drake's number.
That's what I thought.
Bias.
That's what I thought.
That's why. Hold on. Go ahead.
There's a story behind that, but you go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, you said his footwork wasn't good. This guy wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to be a good quarterback for maybe 10 years, and his drunk uncle said Dan Orlovsky is not going to.
No, what I want you to do right now is say, guys, America, I just made that up. That's not true. Dan never said that.
It's going to take him the longest to
I kind
develop.
of did it.
This is what you said. You said out of all the quarterbacks, he's going to take the longest to develop. He's got to get his footwork. He's got to do this. He hasn't played enough games.
Yeah,
Yada,
I
yada.
never said he was. I said he was going to be a great quarterback. I just would sit him for 2 years.
Yes.
What the-
Okay.
look at this.
Okay. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm sorry. I said something vastly
Right.
different.
So that's not what I said. Let's get it right.
Okay. All right.
Let's get it right.
Did you actually say that?
2 years in this climate?
Yeah. Well, he's in his second year. He's winning the MVP.
Gotta make decisions.
But nonetheless, Dan, what we will is that why you don't have his number? Because you said that, and he said, "I'm not talking to this guy for at least 2 years."
No,
No.
Why not then?
What was it? You don't like it?
I'm going to keep it to myself.
That's very cool of you to do that, Dan. We're proud of you. A lot of things happening. Dan's not racist, and he's keeping stuff to himself.
Well, maybe that's why I didn't give him his number.
I like that. I asked Patriots to sit Drake May and not ruin this talent. All right. So I said 2 years. But you said a lot of things, I think, about that particular
I was
thing.
wrong about that for sitting him. I have come out publicly and said I was obviously wrong with my perspective of sitting him. I've publicly acknowledged that. Yeah.
Well, I hope Drake's family hears that and lets him give him your number. Like that's what I hope happens.
No.
Never forget. Yeah, don't ever forget not the Mays.
Yeah, won the
Now
MVP
people are going to
without
think
the number.
Orlovsky hates Drake May.
You do.
Well, you kind of lobbying against him.
Nah, he's white.
Good point.
And that's why Drake wouldn't give him his number, though. Because Drake May is kind of all about everybody.
Animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Animal cruelty and racism. Two things Drake May freaking hate.
All right, we appreciate the hell out of you, Dan.
Love you, Dan.
You're the best, Dan.